Hi, welcome back. We start again. So we can take some stuff from other project. So we copy some thing that here we done in the tutorial with the tower. So I go there, and also the smokers here. So we go to the tower project, and there we have them here. So we can go there and simply take them, Shift D, P to separate selection. Now we have a singular object. Only have two object datas, and there we delete the group, so we don't need it there. Control C to copy. Go in the other project. Control V to plug in. It every time comes here near to the middle, so don't wonder where it is. It comes to the 0 point. So we have that. A little bit wrong rounded, but we can't handle that. Then the smokers we won't take, so we go here back to the main menu. There we have that all. We take here a smoker, that smoker, and maybe, oh, that's enough. 2 smokers enough. The rest we copy them. So Control C and go to our project here and Control V to plug in. I don't see them there. Oh, okay. Good. So we place it there. The smokers. Here is this part. Good. File. Save. So as we see, there are some steel part here. So we add mesh cube, scale down, then scale X, then we make there 2 loops in, and scale set. So we got that. Now we have only to extrude the both faces here, extrude and bring out. That is this part done. Bring it in front, file, save. Good. Then we see, when we look at the front of this house, there is some this stuff there looks very interesting, so we make that. We add mesh cube, scale down. We scale in the X and scale in the Z to a point like that. That's okay. Then we make here a loop, bring it to the front, and extrude the down face there. So edit mode, face selection, get this face there, bring it out. That should be this rounded one. So we have to give them a range where it can be round. So Control R, we make a loop in and give them the range. So we have now the range. That means we can now take here this edge and Control B, move the mouse and roll the middle mouse button. Then you have that roundness there. Good. So we have that. Now we extrude the face again. Extrude, bring it down. Then you see here it goes inward. So we extrude again and bring it there. and then we give them a loop for the roundness there, the the roundness area there. Control R to make loop in, and bring it there. We want to have here roundness in, so we can take here this edge, bring the middle also, Control B, and now move inward and roll. Inward and roll, Control B, bevel, move and roll. So we have now it rolled into. So we have reached that, and we only have to extrude now the last one here. Extrude, bring down a little. Good, so we have done that thing. We can make it a little bit shorter, I think. So we take here this whole line and bring them near. Good. You see that is not the only one. There comes this here down under. So file save, we build that. So add mesh cube. Scale it so that it goes here down under. Such like that. Then we scale set to bring it at the height of them. Scale set again a little bit more. So you see we must cut out that. So that means we bring that in front. We say object apply rotation scale. Then we make here the cutout object. That means we need here add mesh UV sphere and scale them down to that size maybe. Good. Now we only need the fourth part of it. So we go W and we delete what we don't need. That means we delete here the complete left side. X, delete verts, and the complete downside here. Border selection, mark it, delete it. So, but we want to cut, so we need enclosed object for that. So the down part we don't need to. So we can take here the half of them. That is what we want to cut out. So we disable here this one side. Pressing middle mouse wheel disables that. And then we simply extrude that here. And from here to here, with hold control right mouse button, you can select a loop. Extrude, bring it there. Then we extrude that simply out there and close that. F. So we have that. Good for the start, but it must, I told it before, be a closed object, so we extrude that down. And then we give them here face close, and here to F to close. So we have that, and that should be much longer. That goes down to the complete object here till the button. So we simply take that, extrude, and bring it much more down, as long as this other part is. So that should be our cutout object, but to take that I will use here this complete line. But without that here, or I take the two faces. That is maybe much better. Take this face and that face and extrude them to that. Good. So we can better cut in that. Good. Then object, apply the rotation scale of it. Make a copy of that, Shift D. Then we bring that to cut position, so top view, and bring it to our big one there. That should be that one there. We give them other colors so we can see better where we cut. So we give them reddish or something else here. And bring them so in front that we are in the half of them. And then here to the start of the roundness there. So that it can cut the round part out. Good. We object apply the rotation scale again. The name of the object is sphere. So we go here to our base mesh there and say we take a boolean. We want to difference the sphere. So we have them there and say apply. And we have cut out this round stuff there. That is good. So we have to again apply the rotation scale of it. And we move that here to the second layer. We don't need it in a moment. File, save as a new version number 6 in my case. So but you see that is cut it out there, but in the middle there stands a little part that comes out. So we have to get this copied one, the save copy there. We have to word select and border select and delete all what is on this round stuff there. So only the round stuff stands there. That is it. And that only needs to cut to be closed. So we extrude this middle point simply down, and then we can close that with F. So we can now take that here and close with F. Wow, that was wrong. So we do it again. So delete all what we don't need. Words deleted, that deleted. So we take here middle point, extrude in set direction, bring it down. Good. Now then we connect them before, so we connect them and close with F, and connect them and close with F2. Then we take one of them, not the other. So C, circle selection, middle mouse wheel pressing, you can deactivate selected. So we can disable here that side, that we only close one side. Now we can press F and it's closed. And now we take the other side but disable what we don't need. F to close. So now that is closed, file, save. Look from the top, bring it to the outcutted part that is there, and rotate set 90 degrees. So we have it there, but we must turn it more, so rotate set again to bring it in a position where we can plug that into. and we can scale it a little bit smaller, that we see the difference between the cutted hole and this new brought in part. That is okay. Good. So we have now that look that they have there. We only have to do that here a little bit longer. So we bring it down to. Okay. Now we can make a copy of that, Shift D, and Shift D this part, and move that to the second layer, pressing M to move. Click on the 2 and it's moved. That one needs a smooth, and that here too. And here we need an add split on it, so we take modifier add split. Good. File, save. Good. Then we see here is a cut through it. It does go completely down, but in the half minimum. So we cut that in. So we have to apply here the rotation scale. Then we bring here add mesh cube, a new cube in, and make that small cut there. So we take here that one. It's the same height as the roundness starts there, and it's some in the middle. So we get here and get that whole thing down till that place maybe. That's okay. So we are half in, but we want to cut a little deeper, so scale Y and bring it in. Such like that. We have to apply the rotation scale of it. The name is cube 31. So we take here the modifier, the boolean cube 31. Cube 31, and we say it should be difference, and that we apply. Then we can bring it away, and we have cut it out, that part too. That's fine. We move that here to the second layer, we don't need it anymore. Then we can bring this both together by join. Now it's one. You see the shading arrows, so we take this add split again, and we have that. Now we have that whole thing built. That's fine. That we have to. So that here must be a little bit changed. We have here 4 parts of that. So we must look where we have it here. So that must be rotated other way. So we rotate Y 90. Then we rotate X 180. And rotate Z 180. So we have it there, and it should be 4 times. We see that at the original placed there. So we get that here. That is the smallest. So we have to build there a much bigger. So I'll select that, only that. Shift D, make a copy and bring it over them. So we have that. So we only have to bring here all these sides to the same distance. So that we don't need, that we don't need. I'll make it manually, that there is too bad. So I'll bring it there. That one near and this one here, but without that shit there. Good. So we done that. That is exactly what we would, but that must be a little bit deeper. So L to select that object and bring it deeper. Good. So file, save. We have now that here, but it should be high but small. So we can scale that in the set. That is such like that. Maybe not so strong. So we go back. Missing for that scale set is good, but not too much, because then it looks very mysterious. But it is okay. There comes this little arrow on it, so that is okay. Good. Now we have to cut in the house 2 holes for our windows. That means, oh, we don't have the second window there. Oh, that is the second window. Yes, we have it. Okay. So this both windows have to go there in the house. The house is nearly quadratic. As you look there, this one is the same length as this one. So we take that as it is and bring that here in front and that in front. They should be the same size. So we scale up here a little. Think that can be it. Nearly. Yeah, it's correct. And between then comes our stuff that we built there. And we take them both and scale them to the size where we can cut in the hole for this part, such like that. That is okay. So we know where we must cut in. So now we can file, save, cut here the house in. Go in edit mode and simply make the loops in where we want to cut out. So we make at the top part here one, then here at this part, and we need more for this window, so we have to go here deeper, there, and one there. So there. Then for this window part, we go there, there, and last is here. Good. Now we have to select faces that we want to get away. So we have that one and X only faces. Now that is open. And here it's the same. But I don't see in the moment. Oh, it is not cut there. Okay. So here for the door we need 2 cuts too. So Control R, make a loop in, and cut there too. And another one here. That is okay. So now we can select that, and this part here, only faces, and it is open. Good. So that we have. Here we can delete this edges there. So we get that edge, that, and that, X, delete edges. Now that is open for the windows to put in. Good. We have to unwrap that all later, that is for sure. So we have to mark seam that all, so we can do that directly. Here we don't see the top, so we bring that a little up that we see the top. Then we take that here complete and mark seam. We can delete here this edges, we don't need them, so X delete edges, so it is open. Same we can do with the bottom, nobody sees the bottom, so we can delete it complete, X, and delete edges. So now that it's opened, it's good. Now we have the second stage there. There comes a little round and a big round windows in there. File, save. But we have to build instances before we take them. So we click there and mark the whole window. Complete, Shift D, make a copy and join that complete together, that it is one part. We apply the rotation scale of it, set the origin to geometry and move this window to the third layer. So press M to move, click here on the third, and we are here at the third. There we click Shift C to plug in the 3D cursor and Alt G to plug the window in the absolutely middle point. Now Control G to give a group name for it, and we call it Big Round Window. Good. M to move. Not to move. We go in the first layer and simply add group instance big round one. So we have now that as an instance. Told you that is good because it has no words here. It's only an instance of some. So we have to make here an instance too. So we take the middle window there, Shift D, place it before, join together, apply the rotation scale of it, set the origin to geometry, move on the third layer too, and go to the third layer, then Alt G to put it in the middle, then Control G, we call it little round window. Little round window. That's good. So we can plug it on the first layer. Click on the first layer. There's our window. And here add group instance little round window. So we have it there. We can bring here the axis down that it don't look so big there. Then we need an instance of that window, sure. So top view, take this window, Shift D, join, join. Why we can't join here? I must look. So we have that plus that join plus that join. Control set, go back. Here we have another language that is not good. So that here join and the brown one join. So we have now one window here. Yeah, that's okay. So object, apply rotation scale, set origin, M to move to the third layer. Then we go to the third layer. Then Alt G, bring it there, and Control G, give them a group name, and we call it little quarter window. we go to first layer and plug it as an instance there, add group instance little quarter window. So we have that. And we want to get the axis down, so we get here smaller axis. That is enough. Yes. Then file, save. I take a little drink. I'm there a moment. So I'm back there. So we want to cut in the holes for the windows. So we take here the instance and we make here different colors, so we see where is the end of each stage there. So we give here a second material plus new and give them a red and a sign, only to see where it starts and where it ends the stage there. Good. So we can plug that in the middle and this one beside. So bring that in the middle, that a little to the side, Shift D, make a copy of the instance and bring it there. Good. Now we want to cut out that, so we go into that and we take here that edge and bring him there, that edge bring him there, so that we get the space for each one. That is okay. So now we need here a cut. Control R, make a loop in, bring them down 2. And we need here to loop up. So we Control R, we make here a loop. We see there are different heights there. So we have to control that later more. Here we haven't a loop, that is bad, so Control R, we make a loop. And we need a loop in the middle to get them up, and here the same. So now we can take here this word and bring them up, such like that. Here the same, take the word, set to see it in the wireframe. Why is there no word? I must see that correctly, so I bring that in front. There isn't a loop, so we're making a loop. So now we can bring that up. And the same here. So, but it should be too high. Then you got problems there. So now we can open up these faces. So we can take here the inner edges and X, delete the edges, and then it's open for the windows. So we can now plug them in. So we've done that. File, save. At the third stage, you see that is the quarter one, and the last stage 2. So we can take here our quarter one and plug them 3 times on it. So Shift D, place one there. Shift D, place one there. Here we should have it more easier. So Control R, make a loop in the top of the window and at the bottom of the window. Then we have only to bring here by word selection the words to fit with our windows. Then we can open that up. Good, that must be more there, that more there, that is okay. So now we can open up that by deleting this middle edges there. So delete the edges and it is open. And we can now plug them in. The same we do with the top one. So Shift D, make simple copy and bring it up there. So we have that. File, save, and open here. So edit mode. Front view. Edge selection, bring the edges fit with the window. Good. Then 2 loops in, one to the top of the window, one at the bottom of the window, and then we can open up it. So for that we bring that here a little bit to the front, such there, and then we can select here the middle parts and delete the edges, and it is open. So we can now bring them in. Yes. So the front is done. File, save. Now we have to look how the house looks at different sides. At first we see here are the same windows as there in the top part there. So we simply cut their holes in, but we must get deep holes in there, and that we have to do for both sides. When you look from the behind, there are 3 into there too. Here is the same, there is only 1 less, and here 2. So we have to build there the holes for that. So we start with the roof there. We take here our window there, Shift D, place it there in front. Should be such like there. And then you see, when you want to cut that now in, that is too high all in all. So we scale set, make it smaller to that size here. That is realistic for that. See, that comes there, and then it's directly is the end, and that is the end too. So okay. Must look correct. Think it is a little bit smaller, the window, so we can scale them down a little, and yeah, that should work. That should be scale set a little smaller. Yes, that can work. Yeah. So we now must cut through the object, so we place there add mesh a cube in the same size as the window is. So scale set. And must be go through the complete one. So scale Y to make a long one, and we plug it completely through. Good. We need 3 of them, so Shift D the second one, Shift D the third one. Good. We join them together as one, so we have now one great object there. The window we take by the side for this time. We have to object, apply the rotation scale of it, set the origin to geometry. The same we have to do with the roof because we changed the size, so apply rotation scale again. This one is called cube 32, so we have to use the boolean for that. Cube 32 should be the difference, and apply. So the holes are cutted in, so we can now move that here to second layer, M to move, click on second layer. Good. Then we have to plug in the windows there. So we look from the side and bring it in. Maybe a little bit more to the front. A little bit higher. Yeah. That is it nearly. That is it. Okay, then Shift D, we place it on the other 2 places there. And Shift D another there. And we can take these 3 guys and Shift D, bring it there. Simply have to rotate that, rotate set 180, so that turns around and bring them into. So roof is done. I think that here can be a little bit higher. So you simply take that and get that a little up, so that looks better. Good. File, save. So we have brought in this. Here comes nothing in because the second house is directly beside it, and in the back you see we have to cut in this 6 holes, bring there this and this on, and here cut on the other side this little windows, and this stuff there must be built. So that was it for today, and we see us in the next tutorial. Thanks a lot. File, save.